Now, everybody knows about the big drug deal that the Obama administration made. They got an $80 billion concession out of the drug companies, and the drug companies raised our rates anyway, and they made up that money instantly in a matter of months. And in the terms of how the rate increases that happen in months will affect us over the next 10 years, et cetera, right? And the thing that the drug companies got in return was no negotiation of drug prices by the government, which is insane, and we don't get to import drugs from Canada at cheaper prices. So they get to protect their monopoly. They loved it. But we forgot, or I forgot, to talk enough about the hospital deal. So who killed the public option? It was the hospitals. So you go back and read that article, the New York Times is absolutely clear. In fact, the top lobbyist for the hospital group says it. He says, we have a deal with the White House, and we trust the White House that they're going to carry out that deal. And the deal is that you get, theoretically, $155 billion of concessions over 10 years. Now, whether that's actually going to play out or not is a whole different question. But in return, no public option. Because why do the hospitals care? Because they get reimbursed based on Medicare rates if the public option gets put in place. And they don't like that. They want to be able to charge more so they can make more money and take it out of your pocket. Okay? Now, you can argue whether that makes sense or doesn't, right? But their motivation is clear. They don't want the public option because it'll be cheaper. It'll cost you less in premiums, okay? It'll cost the American government less because of all the subsidies we're giving to people who can't afford insurance. So it's definitely going to save us money, and that's what the hospitals don't want. So they made a deal, and the Obama administration agreed. We will kill the public option in every imaginable way. No matter how many times it comes up, we'll spike it as long as you agree to these $155 billion in concessions. Now, do you think the hospitals make that deal if they thought the public option wasn't going to cost them more than $155 billion? Well, you think they're going to give the White House more money than otherwise? No, of course. They think they're making a profit off that deal. And as soon as that deal was announced, back in 2009, they came out of the White House. I thought Obama was changing the way the game was going to get played, that he wasn't going to play the same Washington games. I mean, this is exactly the same Washington games. So as soon as they came out from that deal, shockingly enough, from then on, the White House never, ever pushed for the public option. And senators would go into the White House expecting to get pressured, and the White House wouldn't do anything. And given every single opportunity, while they said in public, oh, we're really in favor of it, behind the scenes, they fought to make sure that it wasn't included, including the proposal they came up with this week, where, guess what? The public option was not in it. They have a deal. They made the same exact Washington deal-making that Obama said on the campaign he wouldn't do, and that's why he's never going to give it to you. Now, the only upside of that is, hey, you know what? Then the only way we can get it is by forcing him to put the public option in it. The Senate doesn't have to listen to Obama. That's the deal Obama made. That's just, sad day for him if the Senate doesn't agree with that deal and the House doesn't agree with that deal. So if you get 50, apparently you need 51 senators. Because I'm telling you, if you got 50 senators, Biden would come out and vote against it. Okay? These guys they feel they have a commitment to the hospital companies. They don't have a commitment to you. They made a commitment to those companies. And their commitment is, we will kill the public option. So you need 51 senators. But if you get 51 senators, what's Obama going to do? Veto the bill? No, of course not. At that point, then he can turn to the drug companies and to the hospital companies and go, hey, look, we had a deal, and boy, did I do your bidding. I mean, I put 17 knives into the back of the public option, and that son of a bitch wouldn't die. Now, the bill's on my desk. I got to sign it. That, I believe, can happen, okay? He's not going to veto the bill because it has the public option in it. That would be a level of obvious duplicity. It's not that he minds the duplicity. It's that it would be brazen, and everybody would say, what the hell, you've been lying this whole time. Because he's hoping you don't catch on to all these tricks. So, all right, then let's make him do it. But this is the exact reason, and I'm so glad that Miles wrote this and reminded me of it. This is the exact reason why Obama's been looking to kill the public option all along. Because he already made the secret deals. The funny thing is they're not secret. They leaked it to the New York Times. And the lobbyist brags about it. And the White House pretty much acknowledges. Now, if you ask him Gibbs in a press conference, he'll be like, what deal? Deal? No. I don't know what you're talking about.